Hey y'all, what's going on, guys? Are we ready to uncuff? I know I am. Are we ready to uncuff? Uncuff? I know I am. Can you believe it is March? We are still in Women's History Month. We are still in celebratory mode. I have sent out emails and text messages, and I hope you guys are going to be able to chime in. I am going to go ahead and get started because I want us to always make the best use of our time. And you guys know how I'm about a timing. It drives me crazy if people are late. So I get that you're probably at work and maybe you can't break away. So it is so okay for you to listen to the recordings. I hope that you've had an opportunity to look at the first one, and the worksheets are uploaded. Yay. So it's week 1 and 2. Worksheets are uploaded. You have 2 more weeks to go. I am Capri Smith, your uncuffing expert. I'm commending you guys because you are here to surge. You are soaring, you're uncuffing, you are reaching, you're growing, you're going energized. We are discussing the 7 deadly sins of women in business and women entrepreneurs, okay? So I want you guys to ask me questions. If you happen to be lucky enough to be here, jump on in, ask a question. That is the whole purpose of the live training. It's like a free, a quick way to get free coaching. You can be slick about it. I get that. I did a lot of seminars for free when I first started until I invested seriously in my coaching. That's when I actually saw change. So I'm commending you guys if you are taking advantage. All right, here we go. Let's get into our sins. The first sin that I want you guys to be mindful of is the busyness sin. We did a whole session on that, so make sure you listen to it. The second sin I want you guys to think about, the one we're going to focus on today, is the sin of stagnation. You must uncuff you, your new brand, and your new clients. I am speaking from experience because that is what I know how to do. I don't like when people learn something from someone else's experience and they pop on as the expert. I don't think that's fair to them or to their guest, and I would never do that to you. I'm always going to come from a place where I've learned it, I've experienced it, I smell it, I feel it, I taste it. So then I can say, this is what worked for me. I can't give you a what worked for me if I'm still on someone else's story, okay? We're going to get into all the different ways that you can tell your story and have all of your tangibles and downloadables and ways for you to make your money in your business. But today, I want you to focus on stagnation. We're going to give it a real meaning, and we're going to talk about how to stay away from it, all right? When I first started in my business, even coaching, speaking, whatever you want to focus on, when I first started in understanding who I was, I lacked a few things. I lacked a few systems. I didn't understand what it was, that it was okay to serve my purpose. I thought that no one would really get it. So what was the point? If a stranger had asked me, so what is it that you do? And because I had done many things, I would go into distress or a confusion mode. I would be a little intimidated to say, I am Capri Smith, the uncuffed living expert, if you can believe that. Now, after I'd done the self-work and became uncuffed, I told you guys I was the uncuffed living expert before I was calling myself that. So even though I had confidence, I was still not very clear as to what it was I did. And it made it difficult for others to refer me, to hire me, to invest in me. And I don't want you guys to fall into that stagnation cycle. Sometimes we own a hashtag or we own a title and we believe that's where we should stay. And it's great to hone in, like uncuffing. Look at what I've done with that. That's great. But I want you guys to also know that until you eliminate the messes and the other things that are anchoring you down, you're never going to really be able to walk in your full greatness. And that's where I come in. I'm going to teach you guys today how to stop wasting money, stop wasting time, jumping on everyone else's agenda. If you get pulled into selling a product that does not align with your core values in your business and your life, and you are still left feeling empty, I'm going to help you with that. I can help you quickly sharpen areas in your life so you can stay focused on a clear agenda, your clear agenda, so you can set clear boundaries so that you. Hello, beautiful Shantae, just chimed in. You looking good, girl. Look at that. Hey. I'm loving it. I'm going to keep
with this.
Girl, look. You look. I literally took the rubber band off and said, go for it, girl. Whatever you want to do, just go for it.
No, I mean, I was trying to fight to get on Zoom. It was not letting me in at first.
Really? I took the passwords off.
I don't know what it was. I don't know. But I'm on there. That's all.
Let's rock it out. Okay. So just to step it back a little bit, we are jumping right into what we need to do for our businesses as it stands right now. I talked about how we are a little stagnant in our business, and that's why we feel like we need to do more. We need to stretch more. We need to understand more. The word is stagnant. We've grown stagnant, right? So it's like coming to the house. Let's say your husband ordered you roses, and those red roses, they die, they turn brown, they turn black, they turn gray. If you're like me, you're going to spray paint it. Then it becomes potpourri. Then it's in the bathroom. Then it's in your closet. You find 1,500 ways to hold on to those flowers because you value them so much.
Right.
Out, throw away the roses. We can get some more. Okay.
Right.
So we don't want to be stagnant. We talked about our first sin, and my dog is hearing other people, so I'm gonna shut the door. I don't want him to get
No
excited.
problem.
All right. We talked about our first sin, the 7 sins. If you had a chance to look at it, if not, no worries. The worksheet is uploaded, the video. You want to go back in. The busyness sin, the sin of being busy and broke. That's a huge sin. We don't want to do that anymore. So let's talk about being stagnant. We're going to uncuff you, your new brand, some new clients. And I talked a little bit about why this was very important to me. It was important to me because I would meet people in all of this confidence that I had, but I was still having difficulty describing what it was I did. And so if you're having difficulty and if you're stressed and you're clenched and, whoa, I do this and then I do that and then I do this and then I do that, it's like a rhyme. So you're a rapper. I get it. You're a rapper, right? You done made a song out of what you did. It shouldn't be that difficult, all right? So what I'm going to help you guys do is understand that clarity so that it comes out easily, it's fluid, you're not stressed out, you're not embarrassed, you're not unclear, and they know one thing: how do I invest in her? That is our one thing we want them to know. All right, we're going to eliminate some mess. We're going to walk it out. Let's get right into it. When we talk about stagnation, we're talking about the opportunities that we have that we are walking away from by being stagnant. So let me break it down. Before you can fill your life with all this amazing stuff that you want, your heart's most desire, you have to figure out what it is that you desire. So you're here live on a call. You get to ask questions. What is it that you desire? What is it? You can respond. You can keep going. You could, whatever you want to do. That's use me up while you're here. That's the benefit of being live. I want to make sure I said that too. But what is that your heart most desires? For me, I would love to be able to travel on a yacht, pretty much do nothing all day. I would like to increase my naps to maybe 3. So, because I'm up to 2 now. 2 feels great. Take it up to 3. Take it up a notch. But I also know I always want to pour into others on many different levels. There's no way I'm leaving this earth with all of this right here, all this stuff inside of me. So I want to pull it out. So I had to discover, even though I teach at a university, I'm not a professor. I'm an adjunct professor. That's a part-time professor. Even though I spent 20 years in uniform, I'm not a cop. I'm a retired cop. So what am I pushing forward? I'm pushing forward my Uncuff system. I had to look for my life as it stands right now. What's going to give you fulfillment right now? The only way you're going to know that is if you sit and journal. You have to get clarity through writing, singing, talking, pouring it out of you. If you don't make that a daily practice, you have already set yourself up for failure, 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 failure. Another thing about stagnation is it pushes into an area where we're saying yes to things we should not be saying yes to. So the first thing I want you guys to do is to think of some pre-established no's in your life. I want you to avoid stagnation by having your nose ready. Sometimes we get focused in selling and we get focused in overcoming the obstacles that people are throwing at us, but we forget to establish our own real hardcore nose, our own, like this whole decision-making process. Does it fit? Can I go? I can make it work because I like you. Let's do it. Let's go. And have you made any money off of that? No. So I want you to think about, what does your no look like? What do you have in place? So here's some examples I'm going to give you. Some no's. Let's meet up. I know you're selling Mary Kay. There are going to be a few girls there that I know you love. You should come to my girls' meeting. We're going to meet at, what's a good restaurant? We're going to meet at, I don't go out much. We're going to meet at Olive Garden. All right. We're going to meet at, I think a bar. Make it more of a bar setting. We're going to meet at a bar setting. All right. All right. Make it a bar setting because I like to eat, because eating over food we usually want to connect. And I met a few clients, 3, and I sold a number of products at a restaurant.
Oh, that's right. Oh, that's right.
Yes, and that was not the mission of the day. But throw alcohol in there. Alcohol, wait a minute. I know I'm not thinking about buying and selling when I'm drinking. And really, if you are selling to someone who's buying and drinking, they're going to have buyer's remorse. You don't want that. So if you're being invited to that, you know your mission is to sell whatever your goals are. My goal, my March daily goal is to sell $1,000 a day. All right. Not had $1,000 day, but I've gotten really close. All right. My March goal is going to increase as the year increases because I know there are certain times we're selling more than not just one product, the whole Caprice branding. So for you, if you're being invited to that, how are you going to get out of it? How are you going to get out of saying, no, thank you? How are you going to get out of saying no and not letting it be a dead end? Here's a good way. Oh, that sounds amazing. I have a few meetings before I get there. Just let your girls know when I'm coming, they have got to try whatever it is you're selling. Just let your girls know I'm coming through the door. We're going to have some wonderful time, but I got to handle business first. So I'm going to come 5 minutes earlier because I want to talk to you about the Uncuff Women's Colloquium I have coming up. You have a lot of girls that you have access to. I'm going to show you how to get in that room for free. So do you see how I'm opening it up so that this person is now reshaping the way they're thinking of me? Because when we're operating in stagnation and desperation, we realize or we think that when people throw us a bone, we're supposed to take that bone. Don't throw me a bone. Throw me the steak. Okay? I'm a Yorkie. All right? I'm not a pit bull. I'm not just going to eat anything. All right? So that's how we have to have our nose already rocking and rolling. When you do that, people know don't ask her because it's going to require a little bit more. So let me be ready. They wouldn't ask Oprah to just meet them for a free friend so they can throw some makeup at them. They wouldn't do that. So don't let them devalue you. So one part of not being stagnant and really understanding who you are, uncuffing you, is to really take time for you. Instead of meeting with that group, take some time and spend it on you. What do I like? What makes me happy? Do I like this tree? What is that tree called? Let me research it. Let me take a nature walk. Let me do something different. Let me do something focused solely on me, and that block of time is only for me. Now, another thing I suggest is never take phone calls before noon. Never, ever take a phone call before noon. The most work I'll do before noon when it comes to my entrepreneurial world, it involves a 15-minute check-in, or it involves a, not weekends, but weekday. It involves something that doesn't require a lot of brain power. Mm-hmm. Now, on the weekend, you want to reverse it. You don't want to work pretty much after 3 or 4 because that's your downtime. You want some downtime. Okay, so when you're thinking about how you uncuffing you, dealing with the sin of stagnation, uncuffing you, you have to get clear on. So give me an example of some things that you've been encountering that you really want to hone in on ways to say no. If you have any examples. I can keep going if you want me to.
Nothing's coming to my brain right now at this moment with me coming like to say no, go on. So like you said, it's that girlfriend or that person that you've known forever, you have a relationship with, and now they're like, hey, Shantae, so I know you're a planner and I have this event coming up and I want you to coordinate for me. So let's meet up and sit down and get together on a Sunday. Sundays are a no for me. Sundays are my downtime. That's my off. I need to get myself, my mental and my physical together for the work week. Yes. Sundays are absolutely, don't look for me, don't call for me.
Absolutely, yes.
About business. So I had to learn how to say, you know what, I'm definitely interested, want to get with you, but Sundays I'm not available. Do you have any other day during the week, evening, or maybe on a early Saturday that we can get together? So I redirected to let them know that it's not going to happen when, you wanted to. It's going to have to happen when I am available.
Okay.
Period. And not even, that's the other day, not even feeling bad if I'm limiting them, but really at the end, I'm limiting myself if I'm just all over the place.
Yes.
I'm not scheduling my time appropriately.
Yes.
So
absolutely.
I just had to learn how to get over it. I mean, it's either going to happen or it's going to not happen.
Right. And the way to make it happen is to say, I love you. My work is good. And I'm so honored that you're going to hire me as the planner. Let's get this. So on Sunday, since I don't work on Sundays, what I want you to do is on Sunday and you put her to work because you need some background information from her before you can do anything. So what I want you to do, and we talked off record, I don't put all it out, about some systems you're going to start to work on and put in place. You throw that at her. So you're saying no, but you're saying it differently. Like it's a hardcore, I'm never going to be available for Sundays. But you're also saying you are my client. You're locking her in.
Right. Absolutely.
And And for me, like I'm a sister girl kind of girl. So I've often had friends say, let me run this by you. What do you think about this? And I'm the master of, like, I'll call it the reverb. I'm the master of the reverb. Yeah, girl, let's get this. Let's go. You need a strategy session.
Right. Right.
So, and I also have girlfriends that will text me, friends, families that will text me, I need you. All right, girl, I'm not sure if you can afford the me, but let's do
Right.
this. Let's start here because I know where they're coming from. And we're going to talk about the tiers, or I think we talked about that last week, the tiers
Yes, we
in
did.
how people work with you. So always think, and it's a way of shifting your thinking. Like when you uncuff you realize that humility is great, but you've got to recognize your expertise and all you're bringing to the table. And if you're
Right.
always available, that one person gets it, not the whole world. And you want the whole world to get it. And the way to get it is to really think about who you are, what's important to you, what's bringing you joy. Now, if planning brings you joy and you make time every month to give a community give back, then you do an event where she meets you at church and you're not just educating her on how to make these flowers, you're teaching her and the whole choir. So now you have 17 potential new clients versus this one person. And then
Right.
you're showing them how you're not invested in me, or you've not made the decision to invest in me. So you get what the world can get. You want the private stuff? Write a check. Write a
Right.
check. So that's good. So these are the no's are so important when you're uncuffing you. So when you start to think about your time is literally your money, you will start to see things differently. Before we move into our talents and our treasure, I want to stay on timing for two more minutes. Before you can really get into what you're saying yes to, you've got to identify what is bringing you joy. We're no longer 21. We're no longer 18, where we're in the experimenting stage. So like if you can think of trying marijuana, I've never tried it. I heard it's good. I don't have an interest in it. But you're no longer in, let me try that. We're in the position now where you can go to New York on a side road and get a flavor. You can get chocolate marijuana versus macadamia nuts marijuana versus the marijuana laced with the hardcore stuff.
Everything.
You know what I'm saying? You. So imagine being you right now, but you're still functioning at that lower level where you're like, I don't know, I feel bad saying this. No, I feel bad shutting it down. You're going to be like, this isn't bringing me joy. I'm stressed out. I don't want to answer this phone call. I don't want to talk to this person. I'm annoyed. You don't want that. You never want that. So you got to get clear on those no's if you want to uncuff you. Now, understand you cannot, and you listen to one, I don't coach my friends. We do friends times. When we're in coaching mode, we're in coaching mode. We're in coaching client mode. When we're in friends time, there's no blurred lines. You right? No blurred lines.
I've learned that. Learned that real quick.
You are not alone, honey. My husband, honey, it sounds like we're coaching, so you're buying me dinner later, right? Honey, my husband. I understand my time. So let's move, unless they're more timing. We just want to touch on nuggets because we only have 30 minutes and 3 hardcore things to get through today. So does it make a little more sense about how to uncuff you when you're thinking about your time? Your timing is you. Your timing is everything. Your timing is so uber important to the world, because just think about if President Obama never took the time to go to law school, never took the time to run for president. He never took the time. We wouldn't have him. And everyone hates Trump, but what if there was no Trump? We wouldn't see how much of idiots we can be as Americans. I tell my students all the time, I don't hate Trump. Trump did like this. He picked up a mirror, he held it up in front of us and said, this is what we look like to the rest of the world. Because the things that he says and does, that is how we've been operating as Americans with each other. The dissension amongst each other, that hate, that underlining hate, and just say anything, do anything, regardless of how people feel, that's in the back of our brain. So he's kind of encouraged the whole world to run to Jesus, because that's the only thing that can fix this is Jesus.
A lot of holy water.
That's what I'm saying. But he was a necessary evil. So when we're thinking about unnecessary evils, let's move into our secret talents. Your brand is stagnant if you're not incorporating your talent, not the talent that you are in love with, but your secret talent. You know, the thing that if you didn't do, your soul would somehow just die. That is always there, but you have yet to tap into it. It could be pottery. You could make pots and it looks like a flower every time you make it. And you think, oh, that's cool. But you never thought about it as an actual talent because it's just fun. It's something you don't even think about. It doesn't require any strength, any brain power. You just do it. How do you identify your secret talents? How do you do that? These are ways that you do it. You got to figure out what comes easy. What comes easy to you?
For me, wrapping a gift.
Gift wrapping, that is a stream of money, honey. And not just at Christmas.
Right? No, all year long. People, I did not realize that until people found out that I enjoyed doing it, and they kept coming to me, and it was to the point they would supply me with everything I need,
But a paycheck.
a paycheck.
But a
And
paycheck. So
I was like,
let's
wait a minute. Oh,
let's let's turn that into two. Two. You could do it for them. That's one cost. Or you could teach them to do it themselves. And you host gift wrapping workshops.
right.
And step out of your own world. Go to Joanne's and volunteer your time because you want access to new people.
Hello.
All right. Secret talents. Secret talents is effortless. But you also want to tap into what do other people say? Not just the gift wrapping. What are some things that they say to you? Like, I've heard all my life, girl, you are hilarious. Does that mean I'm going to become a comedian? No, I get it from my mama. We just happen to be a little blonde. There's some blonde in there somewhere. Okay, we get that. All right, we can't help it. But it's funny. It's funny to others, but it brings them joy. Doesn't mean I'm going to be a comedian, but am I going to use that and incorporate it into what I do anyway, the things I want to get paid for? If I'm going to make you laugh, like, it is nothing for me. If I died today, Tori would probably go to jail for 10 years because there's bruising all over my leg. I look like an abused woman. It's just me bumping into the bed. How do you bump into the same bed for the last 20 years? How does that happen? I haven't moved the bed. It's because I am Caprice. It's going to happen. All right. Falling down the steps. Those things happen. Use it. So I stopped trying to be like this puffy, this uppity, stuffy young lady. That's just ain't me. Child, you might get proper English the first 2 minutes that I begin to speak. Then after that, all Baltimore is coming out of me.
Like, wait a minute. Like, behind closed doors.
Is that a word?
I get it. No, I get it too. At work. You know how you have your proper phone voice.
Yeah. Yes.
And when you recognize who it is, hey girl, what's going on? What's
It goes downhill real quick.
Right.
But use it.
Your body change, like
use it. Use it, honey. Right. Use it. That is a hidden talent. You may think I look good in clothes. I put together outfits nicely. Hidden talent.
You look good in clothes. Don't even lie.
Hidden talent. It's a hidden talent because not everybody can look good in clothes. It just so happens that our whole FFB unit is flawless and beautiful, but not every Mary Kay unit looks like that. No. That's another stream of income for us. We need to tap in flawless, faceless beauties. Beautiful. We need to play it up more so that we can draw out the pretty girls.
Right. Proper fashion etiquette.
That's what I'm saying. Talk about it. So these are things we need to listen to what other people are saying. You're so this, you're so that. It means something. In my ear, I hear you're so paid on something that you naturally do. But for you guys, I want you really just to listen a little bit. Figure out. Ask 3 friends. Write it down. There's a worksheet. Ask 3 friends. What do you think about me? And if they give them a credit, like if they start with the criticism, just smack the hell out of them and move to the next friend, because that is not the purpose of the exercise, okay? Right. We want to know what 3 positive things do they think about you. And then I want you to really rediscover what you love. I remembered I love making fondant, homemade fondant cake. I forgot. I remember I did one for Noah, and it was a huge Power Ranger. And I had people at the skating rink coming up to me saying, where'd you get that cake from? I want one. And I should have said, oh, I got it from Caprice's Bakery. It cost $75. But that was before I was the Uncuff living expert, and I didn't know that. Now, their response would be very different. Back then, it was, oh, I'll tell you how to do it. I'll teach you how to do it. I'll show you how to do it. I'll do it for you for free because I love people, and people love me, and I want to be continually loved, right? No.
All right, Barney.
Exactly. Exactly. They only have one party. So that's a homework assignment. Ask your 3 friends what they think about you. And your job is not to respond or explain. It is just to get feedback from them, not about your businesses, but about you. What are your hidden talents? And just find a few hidden talents. And we're going to come back next time and turn those things into money. Now let's move into money. Our last piece of today is the hidden treasures. If you don't have new clients, you are stagnant. If you don't have new clients in everything that you do, I call that stagnation. If this part of you is thriving, this part is not, you are stagnant. alignment, because you know from last week, we need 7 streams of income. We need them all to be alive and living. We need them all to be making money every day, or being promoted every day, or exposed to someone new in a different way every day. Otherwise, we're going to go hungry. Just imagine, before I worked with my coach and realized who I was, I felt very strongly empowered because I was helping all these people. But then I really came home and I felt unfulfilled. I felt almost like, just don't ask me. Shut the door. Please don't turn off the TV. Just give me my tea and my chicken box and just leave me alone. But to me, I thought that was normal because I was going to work, and I thought it was a part of going to work. It's being exhausted and tired and drained. Then I realized when I retired that no, I had it all wrong. The part of working is not to work to live. You live and you work. You work because you want to meet new people and help them in new ways, and you want to share your excellence with the world. A lot of us buy into this, I need to get paid, so I'll go to work. You ain't get you're probably just working to maintain your house, your car, whatever it is you got used to buying.
There's no happiness in that.
There's no fulfillment. There's no purpose. So where are your hidden treasures? You came, you saw, you conquered. You came. Why are you going where you are going? Why? What are you doing there? Anywhere you go, why are you there? You went into Starbucks. You went into whatever. Why am I here? Is it for the coffee? Heck no, because you could have stayed in your car and went to Dunkin' Donuts drive-thru. You went into Starbucks because you knew it was a status symbol. You're going to get the Ivy League coffee, and you're going to hopefully meet your next $1 million client. That's why you went there. But then when you got there, you saw everyone looked like you. Everyone looked either tired and shut in or closed off. They didn't want to be bothered. So you missed those opportunities to say, I am Miss America. Haven't you met me? Because you fed off their energy. So you saw. So what are you seeing that's shaping you every single day? Then how are you going to conquer that? How are you going to turn that negative thing down, that thing that's irritating you, that irritating coworker, those places that you have to go? How are you going to turn it around so that you're conquering it? How are you going to make that one of your treasures? How are you going to do that? You're going to stop overlooking clients. You're going to show gratitude for every single thing that happens to you. You're going to show gratitude for it, because gratitude leads to growth. When you start appreciating even the little things, you grow. I had a young lady call me the other day. She has not signed up for a coaching package. I don't know her outside of being a potential customer, but she follows me in everything. And I didn't realize how much so. She is undergoing some severe, like she has some situations going on in her womanhood that she has to go through. She has some things going on in her marriage. She also has some things going on in her house. She may be losing her house. 5 minutes to turn her energy around. 5 minutes. The first thing I did is I realized she was coming to me, that she needed to connect with me for a reason that she saw. I didn't need to understand it. Okay. She was there. I'm not just going to shut her away. In addition, she came in on a unscheduled. So I already talked about my timing and how protective I am of it. Right. But if I didn't embed empty times in my schedule, I would never be available for these impromptu calls that could lead to something bigger. All right. She called. I didn't shut her down because I knew I had an hour, but I gave her 5 minutes because she called off schedule, and I knew within that hour there was some other things I wanted to do just for downtime. All right, wasn't a hardcore etched out time. I saw that she was in need of something. All she really needed was for me to remind her of what her Christian principles are. You need to trust God. You need to pray. You need to go to Him, because nothing I'm going to tell you is going to help. You need to remember those. Remember the word. Praises go up. What comes down? Right? Blessings come down. So I need to teach her, remind her that 5 minutes took. I conquered. Within 5 minutes, she was singing the praises. And then what do you think she did? In the time when she probably doesn't even have the resources to really be able to do it, she asked about the coaching packages. So what I'm saying is, your hidden treasures, they are calling out to you. They're like, please come get me. I'm so tired of being stuck here in this corner. Please rescue me. I want you to fly the world and sail the 7 seas, but you keep overlooking me. There's a treasure in you. There's a treasure in that's something special about you. See, one thing we have to remember, especially as Christians in business, is that we have something that the world doesn't have. We have the Holy Spirit. The Holy Spirit gives us discernment. It gives us connectability. It gives us forgiveness. It gives us gratitude. It gives us all this great stuff that we don't need to be out there selling, because then that's going to get you end up in another whole nother place. We're trying to go to heaven. We don't want to end up trying to sell the Holy Spirit. But what we want to do is we want to use that Holy Spirit to make real connections with the people, our tribe, our clients, our new clients. And the thing that we always forget to pray on, we always say, Lord, bless me, bless me, bless me. But we always forget to say, please make me new clients. Please bring me new investing clients. Please bring me these new clients. And he wants to bless you in those areas. So your hidden treasures, just like the parable of the talents in the Bible, is the same exact thing. You're sitting on all this stuff, and just because you're not calling it a legitimate business, or you're not identifying it as a legitimate stream of income, it's like a hidden treasure. It's like a hidden treasure.
We have to, I wrote down a note, I said, it's there. We just have to look and listen.
I
And a
love
lot
it.
of times we overthink it. And
Yep.
we're human, but a lot
Yep.
of times we'll overthink it. It's just like when we're looking for a signal, a sign from God to bless us or to help us when we're in need. We are quick to, well, maybe I'll fix it because he's not fast enough. No, you have to be patient.
Yes.
You got to look and listen because it's there. But
Yes.
we are quickly, it will go right over our heads if we don't.
Right. And we're very self-absorbed, so we take a lot of things personal. And it's okay to take it personal, but you can't stay in your feelings. Now, you can't do both. You can't be in your feelings and in business. So you got to make a decision. You're going to have to say, and I had to learn that because my feelings was I was a very soft-hearted, everything went in my life. I was a pushover, and I carried that into the business, and that wasn't successful business. So you have 2 minutes. We went a little bit over, so I'll leave the last 2 minutes for any questions or anything you want to just have over. This talking about surge, stagnation. We're talking about our hidden treasures, our secret talents, things we need to go back and figure out, and our sin of stagnation. We know how to conquer that now because we're going to get better at managing our time. You see, many people signed up for this and they're relying on the recording, but they're missing these moments they could ask questions. So I commend you for showing up.
Y'all missed out.
Kudos.
Y'all missed out.
Kudos. But that's time management issue, right? So you signed up for it, so you want to show up. I'm going to always show up and benefit the most. You know me. I want every award, every reward, every gift, everything. I think my name is on it. Everything.
I know.
It was promised. It was promised to me. I want it.
I get it. I totally get it. And for me, when it comes to stagnation, I have been learning with me, even through all the training and all the workshops and all the coaching. I'm the type of person I get in my head where I do all that. I do everything by going to these conferences and going to these workshops and taking notes and putting into work and researching and doing that. So when I get to the point, or when somebody looks for me because they know Shantae knows everybody, or Shantae knows somebody who knows something to get me what I need.
Right.
I freeze because sometimes I feel I'm not fully prepared.
Oh no!
Even though anybody else would say, "Well, you did all this, you did all that, you showed me this, you showed me that, you prepared." It's going to, but I freeze because I feel like, well, I don't want to put that out yet because it's not complete. I'm a perfectionist.
Okay,
it's hard.
That's a poison. That's a demon. Get rid of that.
It's not good. It's not good at all. I tell people, no, you don't want to be a perfectionist because it will bite you.
That's a poison. Like it is.
I
poison.
learned this at a conference. Right. What I had learned at a conference, just take the damn risk.
Yes. Go for it. Take the leap. Think of me. Think of me. This is going to help you get over that fear of whatever. Like, what you're thinking that the world's going to call you out about, whatever thing that you're hiding, take it from me. I was a child. I watched my mother get beat. I got beat. And I went imperfect marriage. And I would hide behind it because God forbid I stepped out there and someone said, oh, she's all that shit. And guess what? It happened. And it happened again. And it happened again. And then I was like, well, damn, I'm telling my own story. These are all the facts. So it's stuck in mode is because it's something that you still have yet to let go. And I'm encouraging you to release it and make it a part of your brand and what deal with it, a part of you. The imperfect, make it a part of you. And I know this, when I started teaching at Stevenson, I was taught about people I didn't know to teach anything about teaching, right? And my students find something wrong every day. They find a typo wrong. You guys are going to find a typo wrong in the book. So much wrong. Do you think that's going to stop me? Because no, I know more than them. So you may not know everything, but you probably know the person. Oh, so just go for it. Go for it. And I encourage you to go real, real big so that when you fall real hard. That's your measuring point. Not start real low. Baby step it. Don't baby step it. Go like for the stars. And that way when you the airplane on the
learning.
Huh?
Right. It's learning.
Yes. Not just a learning. Got it. That you're sitting on hidden treasures. You are sitting on hidden treasures. And that's why I say it's a poison, but almost like the baby I talk about when I used to do child abuse. I had this case where the baby would be stuck in a crib, and in this crib they only take a few steps and they will return. The baby was no longer in this crib. We realized what was happening because the baby would only go the width of the crib because that's what the baby was used to being. So you put yourself in a crib, a goldfish. They never try to escape because and around and around and around and around and around. They never try to jump out. Like you're a goldfish, right? The bottom
like
fishes of the ocean, of the world, you know why they stay low? Because it hurts their heads to look up to the sky. And that's what you handicap yourself to. So you need to release that, like pretend that there's no spine back there and look as high up as you can look and then reach for it and then go for it. And like go and even fall. I encourage you to do something wrong. Do something wrong, make something wrong and imperfect and put it out to the world and try to sell it. I want you to see how 500 people are going to pay $500 for it. And you're thinking, man, that's not even my best work. What would they pay for my best work? But you see what I'm saying? Like it's going to open
that has happened. No, I get it. That has happened.
Well,
That has happened. And I'm looking like,
exactly.
It's like I said, it literally, if I can hit a button, it says, I'll be, but like I said, for me, at least I know it, I acknowledge it, and I'm working on it. So, like I said, I have taken steps, but I need to continue to do it so that way I don't, because it used to bother me like crazy.
Well, that's what I want you to do. I want you this week to put something out there like, what was she doing? Think of me with that. Remember the story when I put the put the lipstick on my eye? My mouth was like, she's. Just think of me. Put something out there that you know is less than. Just once. Like, it ain't got to represent your brand. Oh, look, I'm just home playing around. Is this nice? It's cute. I'm thinking about selling them and seeing what you get. And when you get that level, it's already happened once. But you see, because you'll see how fast it's going to catapult you. Because someone out there that for real don't know any better needs you to show them. And they can't because you're still shucking the job. You know?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
All right. Anything else?
Nope.
All right. Well, next week we're going to... Girl, get it done. We are, and we can talk about it the next session. So, like, you can just jot it down. Not like the other, we're through hardcore. For this one, just jot it down, just do it, and then come back and talk about it. All right. But if you are listening to the recordings, I mean, because you're not going to have access to these videos all the time. You only have it, I think I said 48 hours after this ends. So you don't want to be shucking the job. It's not one of those times that you actually really might miss out. All right. All right, honey. I'll see you soon. Thank you guys for chiming in and listening. And make sure you check out the worksheets. Let me know at office. I don't know if you tried that yet.
What is it again?
On the website. I don't know if you had a chance to access it, but if you go to if you scroll down to the, I'll put the link in our email.
Okay.
All right, but it's the capricesmith.com, the surge page, and the passcode is surge18.
Yes.
All right, so make sure you go because that's the worksheets are going to be, and just give you something to anchor you, so you don't have to think about things. I've done all of them. Just fill in the dots, and we're going to come back together. Yes, honey. All right, that's because I love you guys. I'll see y'all soon. Okay.
All right, thank you.
Welcome.